here as we get ready for the first ever game for the Utah Hockey Club. We saw some good things in preseason, Nick. It's preseason. Those games don't count. But you still have to be encouraged with how this team was able to convert offensively, especially some of those young guys that stood out.
The numbers are not going to carry over. But I'll tell you what does, the confidence of these players to know that they're playing the right way, to know that they are feeling good. And the one thing that was very obvious over the course of camp is that Andre Tourigny did a lot of teaching. They do drills. Maybe the team and the players didn't do the drills right. Head coach Andre Tourigny, his staff would blow the whistle. They would stop the drill. They would ask questions of those players. So that way, when you learn it there tonight, these players aren't going to have to think. They're going to be able to go out and play instinctually. They're going to be able to use their reactions and making sure that they're not late, that they're going all the way to the wall and making sure that they're putting their best foot forward. I think this team is primed for a heck of a night tonight.
Right now, here at Delta Center, they are announcing all of the players, so they'll bring out all the players that are dressing tonight for the Utah Hockey Club. They will stand at center ice and salute the crowd before we get underway. Utah will be in those beautiful black uniforms, rock black with salt white numbers and mountain blue trim. It's a clean look. Again, the jerseys will be available to the public coming up in November. We've been seeing a ton of merch throughout the crowd. One thing that's funny to me, Nick, is walking around the concourse, we were seeing a lot of people with jerseys of different teams, but hats or maybe a different article of the Utah Hockey Club. You have a lot of hockey fans that were fans of other teams that are now switching to this team.
And that's why I can't wait for those jerseys and even more merchandise to be able to be released. So that way these great fans will be able to sport the memorabilia of the team that they love so much, and that means a lot. But rest assured that the Utah Hockey organization is doing it the right way. They're trying to pump out the best, most quality merchandise that they possibly can, so that way these fans could get their hands all over it. Big fan of a lot of the hats as well. These fans are well outfitted.
Let's talk this matchup a little bit. You have two teams, two organizations that are looking to take the next step. Chicago added a lot of veteran pieces after being one of the bottom feeders of last year's NHL. The Utah Hockey Club, obviously these players were in Arizona last year. The win totals have begun to climb under Bear Tourigny, but this is a team that's going to be competing for a playoff spot. They're going head-to-head.
I think that's the expectation, Mike. I think you hit the nail on the head. This team wants to be competitive. No reason why they can't. A lot of skill up front. The defense core was built up and fortified by Bill Armstrong. You got Connor Ingram and Karel Vejmelka, a really nice tandem, especially Ingram coming off of a career season. So come the end of the season, February and March, this team should be playing competitive games considering the roster that they have, both of young, skilled players, but also older veterans as well, who are going to contribute just as much this season, both on the ice and off the ice.
This is probably the longest a broadcast has gone involving Connor Bedard without mentioning his name. He is one of the brightest young stars. He'll be wearing number 98 for the Blackhawks. He is so much fun to watch, and he is what Chicago's building around.
He is the definition of a player that is worth the price of admission. And the one thing for all players, when you're defending against him on the ice, you have to know when he's on the ice. Try and defend him up the ice. Don't allow him to get his speed going, and make sure you know where he's at all times.
Puck drop is moments away as the Utah Hockey Club lifts its sticks in unison and salutes the capacity crowd here at Delta Center. We will step aside, and on the other side of this break, we will bring you the national anthem and then the start of a new era in the National Hockey League.
Better than a credit card with a low interest rate? How about one with no interest? For a limited time, when you open a new America First Visa, you'll enjoy 0% APR purchases for the first 6 months. Yep, all that buying power and not a single cent of interest for 6 months. That means no interest on summer fun, no interest on back-to-school gear, and no interest on holiday shopping. Interested? Then hurry to AmericaFirst.com to apply for yours today. Introductory variable annual interest rate, membership eligibility terms, creditworthiness, and conditions apply. See AmericaFirst.com/Visa for details. Federally insured by NCUA. Equal Opportunity Lender.
Every new day is a chance to be kinder to your body and your mind. U of U Health is here to help you build strength and confidence every day. Let us help you be a better you. U of U Health, official health partner for the Utah Jazz, Utah Hockey Club, Utes Athletics, and the Utah Grizzlies. Take the first step today at uofuhealth.org. For more than a century and through 4 generations, Far Better Ice Cream has been bringing families together. A true Utah legend, Far Better Ice Cream can be found in your local grocery store or favorite restaurant. From classic flavors that have stood the test of time to new creations that push the boundaries of deliciousness, Far's Ice Cream has something for every taste and every occasion. Visit your local grocery store and grab your favorite Far's flavors. Remember, Far Better Ice Cream, only the best for family and friends.
You're in the market to buy a home. You're dreaming of a new home that you can fill with new memories, but new homes just aren't in your budget. Or are they? Visionary Homes wants you to know you don't have to buy a used home. Buy new. Buy now at Visionary Homes. As a trusted award-winning Utah home builder, Visionary Homes understands that your home is the center of your life, bringing friends and family together, creating memories you'll cherish forever. Buy new. Buy now at visionaryhomes.com.
Here at Delta Center, precious moments in between us right now and the starts of Utah Hockey Club's existence in the National Hockey League. We are getting ready for the national anthem here at Delta Center with both teams on their respective blue lines, Utah in black, the Chicago Blackhawks in white. We have the blue carpet out at the center red stripe and out near the Zamboni doors as well. It is a full crowd that is waiting and watching expectantly. A crowd that has adopted this team in 5.5 short months, and a crowd that has largely been partying for the last several hours.
I think we can be integrated into that crowd, Mike, considering the incredible energy that this city has brought.
Here comes the anthem at Delta Center.
Salt Lake City Recruiting Battalion. And now, here to perform the Star Spangled Banner, Kaylee Busio.
Oh, say, can you see by the dawn's early light what so proudly we hailed at the twilight's last gleaming, whose broad stripes and bright stars through the perilous fight o'er the ramparts we watched were so gallantly streaming.
of the night follows in Kaylee Busio's footsteps. We will be just fine at Delta Center. What an outstanding anthem, as many of our Chicago fans here in attendance are used to back at United Center. But we are at Delta Center here this evening in downtown Salt Lake City, where the Utah Hockey Club is about to say hello to the NHL.
We're all waiting, Mike, and I think a lot of us here in the state of Utah, we're ready to get that waiting over with. We're ready for the puck to drop, but especially before the players even got on the ice. You just felt this intensity. Everybody sitting quietly, awaiting for what was to happen next. Skyler was seen on the video boards now carrying it in. Just a really special time here in the state of Utah.
Well, that was an outstanding production by our video crew. There's Lauri Markkanen, the finisher of the Utah Jazz, and he is going to skate out. He's a native of Finland. How appropriate here at Delta Center, of course, the home of the Utah Jazz. We have statues of John Stockton and Karl Malone right outside the building. And Markkanen lifts his arms to fire up this crowd here at Delta Center. He's out there with Ryan and Ashley Smith. And if that's not a picture of being all in and having one team and that kind of mindset, I don't know what is, Mike. Here's Ryan Smith.
Thank you for believing. Thank you for being here. Thank you for packing the barn tonight. Let's make it the loudest place to play in the NHL. Let's go.
Ashley Smith with the honors, dropping the ceremonial first. She could be a linesman, I think.
Excellent job. And you could just hear the emotion in Ryan's voice and the incredible response he got. And look, Mike, I know I speak for the both of us. We owe those two folks, Ryan Smith, Ashley Smith, a lot of thank yous for everything that they've done to bring the National Hockey League here. And Mike, we're a couple seconds away. I'm ready.
The stage is set. The die is cast. Utah is about to enter the NHL. We will start out with the top line for Bear Tourney. He will have Clayton Keller, Nick Schmaltz, and Barrett Hayton in front of Sean Dursey and Mikhail Sergachev. The first ever starting goaltender for the Utah Hockey Club will be a 27-year-old from a small town in Saskatchewan called Imperial. His name is Connor Ingram. He stands at 6'2", about 200 pounds. And it will be the number 27 of the 24-year-old Canadian Barrett Hayton, a former first-round pick by the Arizona Coyotes. He will take the opening draw against one of the league's brightest stars, Connor Bedard. Hayton at the draw. We are ready. Utah is on its feet, and Utah is in the NHL. Clayton Keller pulls it back. It's stopped in. Here we go. First period action, and there is Bedard, just 19 years of age, Calder Trophy winner from last season. That's the Rookie of the Year award in the NHL. Seth Jones tries to gain the blue line, but the number 50 car of Sean Dursey strips it away. He absorbs a check from Ilya Mikheyev of Chicago back in the Utah zone. Nick Schmaltz sends it up the far wall, back out to center as a Let's Go Utah chant breaks out in the opening seconds of the Utah Hockey Club's history. And we're 30 seconds in.
Sorry, Mike, if that's the opening rendition of Let's Go Utah, we're in store for a heck of a season. Thousands of fans all joining in unison.
Here is part of the future for Utah. Josh Doan spinning it in to the offensive end down to our left, and we have a hand pass called against Utah, so this faceoff will come out to neutralize 48 seconds into the first.
And a great chance to already do a little bit of teaching for those of our fans who may not know. You are not allowed to glove the puck from one teammate to another anywhere outside of your defensive zone. Hand pass called, whistle goes, and now the neutral zone faceoff.
That was Josh Doan at that draw. He is the son of NHL legend Shane Doan. Quick shot on, and Ingram has to make his first save on Jason Dickinson off a loose puck in the corner. Chicago with the puck in the offensive zone, then it's pried away by Michael Kesselring and outletted for Doan. Just 22 years old, he was born in Scottsdale when his father Shane was playing with the Arizona Coyotes. This is Jason Dickinson, a career-high 22 goals last year. He sends that behind the net here in the Utah end. Taylor Hall spins it around to Connor Murphy, who's shot stick out of the hands of Jack McBain. Hall reaching for it, but Juuso Valimaki was the first one there for Utah as the hockey club looks to exit its own end. And here comes McBain with Dylan Gunther across the line, spun in deep behind Chicago's starting netminder, Peter Mrazek. He gives it away. Loose puck. Kolyachonok pinches down to play it. Gets it in front. Bouncing puck comes out to the right point. Ian Cole, a new addition, gathered in by general manager Bill Armstrong. He adds a veteran presence to this blue line. Heavy forecheck here by Utah as McBain goes crashing into Philip Kurashev there in the corner. Nolan Allen making his NHL debut. Number 42 for Chicago is getting his first look on the ice. as this comes back down to the Utah end, and Kolyachonok, a Minsk, Belarus native, looks over his options from behind his own goaltender. This is Ian Cole. Snapping it up the near side, Kevin Stenlin, who won the Stanley Cup with the Florida Panthers last year, number 82 in black. He's on the ice, and he has the puck. But wait a minute, we got a whistle, and this faceoff is coming out to neutral ice once again. Played by a high stick, it looks like. 2 minutes and 19 seconds into period one, no score.
Some ferocious forechecking for the Utah Hockey Club so far in this game. Just not quite able to get the puck from the outside to the more dangerous area in the inside. So we have had some good zone time. Nice to see an early pinch, too, from Vlad Kolyachonok.
Face-off win by Kevin Stenlin at neutral ice. That is one of his calling cards. Sent into the Chicago zone as Valimaki creeps down the wall to try and keep it in. That's something that Utah will be very aggressive with. Kesselring has to beat Pat Maroon back to the puck, and he does. This puck reaches neutral ice, but Chicago is able to flip it back in. Valimaki defending on Ryan Donato, who centers off the goal stick of Ingram. Stenlin looking to outlet here. He's bothered a bit by Joey Anderson, but this comes out to center.
It's a great stick from Connor Ingram. Active paddle, not allowing that cross-crease pass. Can't always rely on your defenseman. Great recognition to stick his stick out and deny the play.
Clayton Keller, Utah's newly named captain, high slot, banned on a shot. He was defended by Teuvo Teravainen, a big addition for general manager Kyle Davidson and the Blackhawks.
And a player that spent his first 3 seasons in the National Hockey League with the Blackhawks, winning a cup with them in 2015.
He spent the last 8 with the Carolina Hurricanes. This is Nick Schmaltz, formerly drafted by Chicago. Keller across, Hayden looks in, shoots off the blocker of Mrazek. The entire building got to the edge of its seat. Many fans stood up in anticipation as Hayden almost steals it again. Loose puck for Schmaltz. He'll walk it back down to the wall. It's a return feed from Dursey. Flipped along. Here's the captain, Keller. Engine number 9, Mikhail Sergachev. Zips the pass across, a little too far for Dursey, and it's chipped out by the Hawks.
Oh, what a play off the rush. Keller to Hayden on the weak side of the ice, which is the area of the ice where there are less players. You had Nick Schmaltz driving the net as well, but give credit to Peter Mrazek, the Blackhawks goaltender, out on the top of his crease to make the stop.
Ian Cole with Josh Doan up through center. Doan played in 11 games last year with the Arizona Coyotes, 9 points in those 11 games. He made a good impression in a short time. Lawson Krause, an alternate captain for this team, sends it in deeper to the Chicago zone to our left. And now this is Nick Foligno, the Chicago captain. He's the first captain after the great Jonathan Toews to be named by the Blackhawks. Puck in the corner of the Utah end as Kolyachonok takes the man down, and this is pitchforked out by Josh Doan out to center. There's the Wilmette native Alex Vlasic, and Matthias Michelli looks up ice for Utah. Michelli, 23 years old, out of Turku, Finland. 57 points last year, very impressive. He has some of the best vision and hockey IQ on this team. Logan Cooley out there with Kesselring. Kesselring, slap shot, goal!